Request 6. Generate a report which contains the top 5 customers who received an average high pre-invoice discount percentage for fiscal year 2021 and in the Indian market. I have read the statement. Now let's talk about the important term, which is pre-invoice discount percentage. So let us know about what is pre-invoice discount first. Pre-invoice discount is basically a type of discount that a company applies on the product before it sells it to the customers. Okay, the customers here are Chroma, Best Buy, Amazon, Flipkart. So Atlic Hardware, before it sells its product to the customers, it basically applies an amount on each product, and it may be different for every month or every fiscal year. So it basically applies a discount before it sells, and that is called pre-invoice discount. Now we need to get the top 5 customers who have the highest pre-invoice discount percentage. So we are given the pre-invoice percentages already, but now we have to know that which are the top 5 customers who have the highest percentage. And we are given condition that it should be for the fiscal year 2021 and in the Indian market. So here is the query. So I go for the distinct customer codes, okay, distinct customers. Then I get their pre-invoice discount. I put up the conditions of the fiscal year 2021 and the market India. I group them by the customer and I order them by the percentage in a descending order. So it looks good in a descending order. And to get the top 5, I use the limit keyword to limit it to the only top 5 customers. There is the result, the outputs. Here you can see Flipkart has the highest average discount percentage in the 5, 31%. Then comes Chroma, Ezone, Vivex at 30%, and then Amazon at 29%. Okay, so these discount percentages are decided based on the relationship of the company with the customer. They might give some companies more discount percentage or some companies less discount percentage. Totally depends on the relationship. Next request is the request number 7. Get the complete report of the gross sales amount for customer Atlic exclusive for each month. So Atlic exclusive as a customer did some sales, and now we need to get a report of the sales for each month in the 2 years. Okay, in the 2 fiscal years, we need to get the gross sales amount for each month where the customer is Atlic exclusive. So here is the query. First I get the month, then the fiscal year. Okay, so the month is there, but you will see fiscal year also. So it tells that this month is of fiscal year this one. Okay, then I also have the gross sales amount. Gross sales amount is basically the gross price multiplied by the sold quantity. These three are needed in the output, and I have grouped them by month and fiscal year, then ordered them by the fiscal year. So first there will be the gross sales amount for fiscal year 21, then for 2020, and then 2021. So here is the output. As you can see in the table, we have September, but of fiscal year 2020. Don't confuse it that it's a September of 2020. It's a September month of the fiscal year 2020. And you can see on the right side is the visualization. In the line chart, the lighter colored line is for 2020 and the darker colored line is for 2021. Okay, for both the fiscal years. In the fiscal year 2020, we can see that for the September month we had $4.5 million in gross sales amount. Okay, all these values are in millions. So $4.5 million in September, then 5.1, then 7.5, then 4.8, then 4.7, then 4, and then we see a sudden drop to 0.4 in March. So why did that sudden drop happen? That sudden drop was due to the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, in March 2020, we had our COVID-19 pandemic, and due to that, many of the sales were down, many of the stores were closed, So basically there was no sales. That is why we see the sudden drop in March. But then we can see a very gradual increase in the sales in April, then May, then June, then July, and so on. Now to request number 8. In which quarter of 2020, okay, in which quarter of the fiscal year 2020, we got the maximum total sold quantity? What is total sold quantity? Okay, let me tell you about that. Adlix sells different products. Adlix sells many different products. Let's assume in September it sold n amount of products. Then in October it sold a different amount of product. Then in November a different amount of product. Now we will sum all those different quantities. So we will get the total sold quantity. So quantity of September, then quantity of October, then November, and we'll sum all these quantities and get the total sold quantity. Now, in this request, we need to get the which quarter we had the maximum total sold quantity. Okay, what is quarter? Quarter in the terms of this challenge is basically a term of 3 months. Since the fiscal year for Atlic starts from September, so our quarter first will be September, October, November. First 3 months. September, October, November. Then December, January, February. Then March, April, May. Then June, July, August. Okay. Quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to know that out of which of these quarters, which one had the maximum total sold quantity. So here's the query. So in this CTE, I am using the case when. So case when helps me to get the quarters from the date. Okay, and in the next CTE, I am pairing it with the total sold quantity, and then the last, I am showing the result and ordering it by total sold quantity in a descending order. Here is the output. You can see quarter 1 with 7.01 million. Okay, all these values are in million. Okay, so in quarter 1, that is in September, October, November, Atlic Hardware sold 7.01 million products. Okay, 7.01 million products. Then in quarter 2, it sold 6.65 million products. Then in quarter 4, it sold 5.04 million products. And in the quarter 3, it sold 2.08 million products. And in the right side, you can see it is very beautifully mapped in our clustered column chart. So you can see quarter 1 had the highest, then comes quarter 2, then 3, then 4. We can see we did very well in quarter first, then we still did better in quarter 2, then in quarter 3 we see a very sudden drop to 2.1 million, more than 3 times we lost our sales. Then in quarter 4 we again see a nice jump to the higher amount of 5 million products. So quarter 1 was the quarter with the highest total sold quantities in 2020, okay, in fiscal year 2020. Then we see a sudden drop in quarter 3 of 2020 because of the lower manufacturing growth due to COVID-19 pandemic. No consumers, no growth. Now coming to our request number 9, which channel helped to bring the most gross sales in fiscal year 2021? As we discussed in the starting, Atlic Hardware sells its products to different channels, which are retailer, direct, and distributor. So now we need to know that which of the channel contributed most to the gross sales in fiscal year 2021. Here is the query that I wrote. So the CTE first has the channel, then the gross sales, okay, ordered by channel, okay, first grouped by channels, then ordered by the gross sales. Now in the last, I have displayed channel, the gross sales, and the percentage every different channel contributes in the gross sales. So here is the output. We can see in the left, channels retailer had the highest gross sales of 1900 million, more than 1900 million. Okay, so it is 1924.17 million, which contributes to more than 73% of the total gross sales. Okay, Then comes direct with 406, then distributed with 297. So in the right, you can see the different distribution of the different channels. So the reason that retailer had the highest contribution could be that people prefer to go offline to their favorite or preferred retail store, no, and then buy the products because maybe there they can get some more discount or get a better choice rather than going to a company store or any other large distributor. Now our last request number 10, get the top 3 products in each division that have a high total sold quantity in the fiscal year 2021. So we have to know that what are the top 3 products in each division that have a high total sold quantity in fiscal year 2021. You'll get to know when I will show you the visualization. So this is the query. I use the division, the product code, the product, and the sold quantity. Then I'm ranking them according according to the division and ordering them according to their sold quantity. Okay, total sold quantity. Okay, that's why I'm using the sum sold quantity. And since we only need top 3, so in the where clause, in the last in the where clause, I am saying then the rank order should be less than or equal to 3. Okay, so the rank order should be 1, 2, or 3, and the order should be in descending order. Okay, so the first will be at rank number 1, and second will be at 2, and the last will be at 3. So here is the output. You can see networking storage has the highest no total sales quantity. Then comes peripherals and accessories. Then comes personal computers or PCs. On that also, I derive some insights, which are that pen drives, mouse, and laptops. Okay, pen drives, mouse, and laptops are the top 3 products in final year. Sorry, or in the fiscal year 2021. And in that also, pen drives from networking storages are the top products in the top 3 products for fiscal year 2021. And in right, you can see in the visualization that how different product codes have sold how much. Okay, all these values are in millions. Okay, but just for better numbers, I have showed them in thousands. So this was our last request. Thank you so much for watching the entire video. So if you found my analytics insightful, that I would really like to know in the comments that what you think about it, and if I need any corrections, suggestions, advices, and I'm very welcome to your comments, and see you later.